What's all this about, and what does this mean? Arsenal are facing a triple blow to their hopes of signing Newcastle star Alexander Isak. The Swedish international is one of the most informed forwards in Europe. Backed against us, backed against Liverpool, was very good against Manchester United, but where he's got a price tag of 150 million, I don't think any Arsenal fan has any hope of signing him in January. Small hope for the summer, but I can't see us putting down that kind of bag for him. Apparently, the 25-year-old has recovered from a slow start to the season and he's got 11 goals in 16 PL games, people. Apparently, Newcastle want to offer him a new deal and the man himself is prepared to stay. He's desperate to play in the Champions League and believes he can achieve that ambition with the Magpies. Fair enough. It is quite close where the Champions League places are concerned. If that is the case, naturally, for a team like Arsenal that have been monitoring Isak, that will come as a blow. Where you see 150 million, Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona, Real Madrid, I guess have all different various degrees of interest. Nobody's going to put 150 down on him, as great as he is. And with 3.5 years left on his contract, I think they will just monitor developments. Great player. Would take him tomorrow. And I'm sure Newcastle fans are itching for him to get a new deal. Apparently, new contract talks were postponed earlier this year. Newcastle want to keep Isak and know an extension will need to be discussed at some point. I mean, the stats are crazy. PSG have also been linked with him. I mean, 42 goals in 68 Premier League games. I'd be all for it. Bearing in mind, Newcastle spent 80 million, 70, 80 million on him, and they're going to make a profit. Completely off topic, people, but Happy New Year's in advance, people. This is technically going to be my last video of 2024 of such, and I want to thank you lot for your support. But I would love to know what would be you lot's highs and low points from 2024 specifically from Arsenal? Because for me, forgive me if I'm wrong, I would say any game against the top six that we've not lost, because that's a joy, definitely in the Emirates era. The point in the season, and even a couple of times going into this season, we've turned up away from home and battered some clubs. Did we play Bayern Munich this year in the first leg at the Emirates? But between that and PSG, I'm all for that. There's been some great highs, man. Especially the North London derbies, man. Gabriel's goal. Yeah, the two North London derbies, 100%. So that's what I would say, really and truly. It's been a long year, man. The lowest moment for me, it's got to be the last day of last season, people, in it, really, like, because you have, it's not that you got any hope, because City are gonna win the league, but you just hope that you hoped the footballing gods would just shine a light on Arsenal. I don't even remember who City were playing last game of last season, but if they dropped points, we would have won. So the lowest point has to be the final game of the season, because it's 2 points clear, 2 points behind City. It's a case of what if, man. But it is what it is. Highest points have probably been just see every week. I see Chelsea, Spurs, Manchester United like yesterday. Boy, what a start to 2025 it's going to be for Manchester United with Liverpool and Arsenal and their 14th people. Mad thing. I know Isak's the theme early on in this video because we've been talking about 14, but they've been taking it a bit too literally. So yeah, in conclusion, allegedly, Isak is prepared to stay at Newcastle if they qualify for the Champions League this season, which would be a blow to Arsenal and it would be a spring in their steps. Newcastle ballers, man. Eddie Howe, great coach. Joe Linton's done the Kai Havertz in reverse. Lewis Hall and Lee Vermento doing all right at fullback. Lewis Hall especially. You got Isak there, Tonali there, Anthony Gordon, quality player. Bruno Gomares. Newcastle got a bunch of players I'll take at Arsenal in it, but it can't be done. And this has bumped up the price to 180 million. Well, to be fair, it says 180 million euros, so that's still probably on brand with 150 people. Again, in 2022, they signed him for 70 million. So realistically, if Isak made it clear I'm not going to sign a new deal, if he had like 18 months left on his deal, which he has 3 years at this moment, and Newcastle don't want to let him go for free, that's the dominoes I feel would need to be put into place for Arsenal to have any hope of signing Isak. But then how much would it be? Because surely Newcastle are within their rights to ask for 100 million. They're within their rights for what it's worth to push as much as they want, really, because everyone in the Prem's got money. The striker market is dead. Isak is one of the best forwards about in the league, and he's 25, so he'll be there forever. The only thing you can say about Isak is probably injuries, but how far does that go? I mean, he's perfect for Newcastle. The man would be perfect for Arsenal. He scores goals, can play as a traditional striker, works the channels, the link-up play, the swagger, the technical level. There's so much to love about the guy, man. There's a lot to like about Mbeumo, and apparently Arsenal, Liverpool, and ironically Newcastle handed Stark transfer, apologies, warning over Brentford forward. He's got 10 Premier League goals. I mean, I hope he has a bad game tomorrow, actually, because he's playing Arsenal. But I would take him at Arsenal tomorrow, people. Apparently, he stepped up his goal scoring output this season, netting 10 times in the Premier League. Only 5 players in the division have scored more so far. 10 times off the top of my head. Haaland, Isak. I could be wrong. Haaland, Isak, Salah, Haaland, Isak. Isak. Isak must have that. I feel like there's a one more player there. There's no one from Arsenal. Palmer? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, people, let me know how you lot feel. He's already bettered the successive nines. He registered nine. That he has already bettered the successive nines he registered in 2022, 23, and 23, 24. I'm not sure what that is. I guess that means he's having his highest season in terms of output. Such form has unsurprisingly brought links with bigger clubs. I would love him at Arsenal. And apparently, Thomas Frank was saying that they could have lost him last summer. Arsenal, Liverpool, and Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle, you got too many good players. Man, Liverpool, you lot are greedy. Arsenal, we got some good players, but in Buemo, the French ties, London, come and join us, man. Thomas Frank has claimed nothing will happen before the window has opened. It doesn't make sense to let him go in January. Naturally, they're going to price him out of a move. In January, I would say good luck. We love Brian. He loves playing here. He's had a fantastic season, so nothing will happen. So we can dream chase. We were linked with Ivan Toney. That didn't bang. David Raya obviously did join us, but that was in the summer. Arsenal have been linked with Omar Marmoush, and apparently we've barged Liverpool aside in the race to sign him. The Egyptian has been the Bundesliga standout performer so far. In 24 appearances in all comps, he's netted 18 goals and got 12 assists. And apparently he converted direct free kicks in 3 consecutive games. I don't know for his potential and how good he could be, but I'm sure if you ask Liverpool's Mo Salah, he knows something about his countrymen. Just from the eyes test, I like him, you know. Very good technical level, lot of very good skillful level, knows when to overcomplicate, knows when to play it simple. There's a lot to like. I don't know for how good he could be and all of that, but I definitely wouldn't be against our Omar Marmoush. And you know, I hope our club's done the due diligence, man. I'm all for that. Liverpool have been described as his most persistent suitors from reports in Germany. Arsenal are being thrown into the ring, people. I'm all for it. Get it done. But again, are they going to let a man leave in January? Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Newcastle all apparently have registered links with him. And also Bayern Munich. Omar Mamouche said, of course, you noticed that in passing. I'm honored that I'm being talked about. This shows that I'm doing a good job, but I'm not thinking about that at all in everyday life. My focus is solely on Eintracht Frankfurt and on being successful here. Which club, then he was asked which league and which club would appeal to you the most. There's always a lot of speculation outside, but I actually don't have a specific dream destination. I mean, he probably, if he was one of his friends, he's probably got something in mind, innit? But it's not going to help him to come out and say that, is it? Apparently, Athletic Bilbao have identified Championship top goal scorer Broja Saints as a potential replacement for Nico Williams in 2025, which adds rumours to the speculation of Nico Williams, who's been linked with everybody and their nan in Europe. Again, whether they buy this Norwich lad in January is their business. I don't think anybody expects their club to sign Nico Williams in January. Apparently, the commercial court of Barcelona has reportedly rejected Barcelona's appeal to register Dani Olmo. Now, because of that, you're seeing Dani Olmo once again be linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, City, his old club Leipzig, and everybody else is said to be monitoring this. I mean, Barcelona always find themselves in some financial mess. There's even been some rumors that they're selling, I think, a part of their stadium or VIP seats or something to activate some levers to do this, people. Charles Watchers said Arsenal seem to have genuine interest in the potential transfer of Wolves' forward Matheus Cunha, who has been fined £80,000 and banned for 2 games after the whole Ipswich Wolves stuff, people. I'm having Cunha, but again, Kudus, Cunha, and Buemo, even more unrealistic than all of them. Isak, Nico Williams, Lookman, they're all key players for their clubs. You're going to have to overpay, and I don't think our club is going to go and do that. I personally don't think we can achieve what we want to achieve, or the slim hopes of winning a Premier League or a Champions League or even the League Cup, without Bukayo Saka, and definitely without a suitable option. There's too many unanswered questions, and look out for the video I've got coming out in regards to this. It will be out today, actually, the same day you would have seen this. So I have to see. Let's see what Charles Watts has said himself, people. It's still early days for Arsenal, obviously, in terms of how they're going to deal with without the injured Bukayo Saka. Arsenal always reluctant to do business in January, and the message heading into this window through conversations I've had has always been that the club would be reactive rather than proactive in the market. Well, now you need to be proactive and reactive together, really. You've got to be proactive and being reactive to the injury of Bukayo Saka now. Don't know how you do it. Make it happen, innit? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to smash the like button. That's understandable, but this does feel like something they have to react to. Losing Saka for around 10 weeks is a hammer blow. It's as simple as that. 10 weeks, you know. Blood clot. 10 weeks. When they put it like that, it's a madness. I don't think anyone who's coming has to be like for like replacement. They just need another option who can play across in the front line and contribute goals and assists. I'm a big fan of Cunha, and Arsenal's interest in him does make a lot of sense. I do understand, however, it'd be very difficult to lure him away from Wolves in the middle of the season when they're battling relegation, which is fact. Arsenal working on Saka replacement. This is said, people. We all know the man's had surgery. We've been linked with a bunch of names, man. Like Arteta, in the meantime, internally, you're going to have to find a solution between you and the recruitment staff. You're going to have to make something happen, people. Again, people were still linked with Gyökeres, Vlahovic, Isak, Gittins, Leroy Sané, and Buemo. It's the same names at this point, people. Pardon me, but we haven't seen nobody signed, have we, people? Barcelona are still linked with Thomas Partey. His contract is running out, people. He's having a great season. Apparently, they're also considering selling Frankie de Jong. Is there a business to be done? Would you sell Partey in Jan if we could get de Jong? I don't know. Edu Gaspar is apparently pushing Nottingham Forest's owner to invest in Sao Paulo after he tried this idea with Arsenal and it did not work. Manchester United and Arsenal are among a number of Premier League clubs monitoring the progress of Joe Bellingham, who'd be open to leave in Sunderland in the summer. What did we speak about in one of our last live watch-alongs? I said Bellingham Jr. would be all right, really and truly. And it doesn't surprise me. There's a number of talented young players over there at Sunderland, man. You got Chris Wigg, you got, the younger Bellingham brother. There's a couple, man. I'm sure he might not be there anymore, That Clark guy at Spurs, he went from Leeds to Spurs. He didn't work out at Spurs. He's doing whatever. Sunderland got one of the youngest teams in the Championship, and they're pushing for a playoff place. So naturally, teams that want to find the stars of tomorrow, you're going to be tapping into what's going on over there. Got no relevance to Arsenal, but James McCaitry, for me, could this be an option? He struggled for first-team football at City. Leverkusen are onto him. Could that be something? Arsenal and Spurs are apparently set to battle each other in the race to sign Tariq Mitchell, whose contract is running down at the end of the season. And Arsenal are still linked with Espanyol's Juan Garcia, people, but Espanyol apparently remain insistent on the Spaniards' 25 million release clause being paid. So let me know your thoughts, people. Let me know your thoughts on the rumors of that we've had. Who would you take? Would you actually spend 150 million on Isak if you could? Who would you say, for argument's sake, would be more realistic between Embuemo, Kudus, Ademola Lookman, and Nico Williams? Most importantly, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you lot for your support throughout the year. Hopefully 2025 is better, not just for Arsenal, but all of us in our professional lives and personal lives, man. Wishing you lot peace, positivity, health, and prosperity for the new year. So yeah, big up yourselves. Peace.
Always like